For me, I think 6 months to a year.
How many years? I think 3 months is enough. 3 months is enough time to be in a courtship before marriage.
Wow, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Let me see. 1 year? Yes, 1 year. I go for 1 year. Just 1 year.
So why 6 years?
I did not say 6 years. So why will I want to date? Why will I want to be in a relationship for 6 years? A relationship for 6 years. Why will I want to do that? I can't even dream about it. 6 years. I would have gotten my BSc. Even go for masters. Say if I'm doing all these low courses, I would have gone for masters. How many years they study doctor again? I'll go and be in a relationship for 6 years. What certificate are they giving me? Certificate of knowing a man. Because let's even come to think of it. Even if you are with this man for 6 years, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't give you the guarantee that you know him. You know all about him. Because the moment you guys are now tied together, that knot is now, you understand? That person will now become the gorilla. The gorilla that, you understand, you get what I'm saying. So, even for 6 years, 6 years.
Why 6 months to 1 year? Because I feel that is the best for me.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you don't know the guy you want to spend the rest of your life with from 6 months to 1 year, then I don't think you want anything anymore. Because that 6 months is enough to know everything you need to know. His do and his don't. Your own do and your don't to him. It's okay for you guys to know yourself. If you cannot know yourself from 6 months to a year, then I don't know when else you know yourself.
Well, 3 months. I'm using a mathematical sequence to analyze that time frame. When you look at a woman's life, she's like a flower. She has a short time to bloom, and after that, the flower loses its beauty or loses its scent. Women have a window of between 20 years to 30 years. After, in society, once a woman is 30, people start whispering behind her back, oh, you're not married. When are you going to get your husband and all that? The pressure gets intense. But biologically speaking, by the time she gets to 45, it's difficult to get a child. She won't want to get to that stage. So likely between the age of 20 and 30 years old, she should be in that search zone. If she's spending as much as 2 years with one man and she finds out after that 2 years that she doesn't think they are compatible, or he finds out he's not sure, how many times can she do that before she becomes 30 years old? So mathematically speaking, I think it's ideal to have a minimum time frame of 3 months to analyze the guy and then make that conscious decision. Okay, I think he's a keeper, or I think I should move on. After 3 months, if you've not made that decision, you're wasting your time.
Marriage is not something you bounce into, and obviously you can also test every guy that comes your way, or every day. Obviously there must be yardsticks for you to be able to say, okay, this is somebody that I want to walk the next phase of my life with, So definitely you cannot just say, okay, yeah, this guy 3 months, this next guy 3 months, this one 3 months. You understand? Honestly, you discover that it's not how long. You understand? You passing through so many 3 months. You understand? That's a disaster for your life. You understand? Irrespective of how short it is. So I would naturally recommend 2 years, because 2 years is a safety net. To a very large extent, if a guy is violent, if a guy has some excesses, it's difficult for you to pass. In 2 years, if a guy is a phenomenal, a pathological liar, you would pick it, in all that time. Now, obviously, even before you say, oh yeah, I want to work with you for the next 2 years, there are a lot of things obviously we would have looked at before then. But the 2 years is just for you to be able to see how compatibly friendly that you can be. Some of these things can pass under the carpet of 3 months. Don't forget that marriage is a lifetime. This is a face you're going to be seeing every day, for the next 30, 40 years if God gives you the grace, for some 60 years. So you need to be comfortable with the person for 2 years. Every day you see the person in 2 years, you want to be like, I'm happy to be with this person. This person makes sense. This person is worth talking to. The person, because there are people, honestly, you don't even need to stay with them up to 6 months. Honestly, they are giving you a dick. Not because of what they did, it's just that chemistry doesn't work. So 2 years is something that I feel brings in the safety net. It's enough for you to plan, because I do not feel that you should walk into marriage without a plan. It's enough for you to plan, for you to have a structure to it, know what you want, establish whatever your vision is, what you're hoping 5 years, 10 years, or whatever time is going to be in that marriage. Make your marriage make sense before it. You cannot plan your marriage in your marriage, you plan it before. And 2 years is more than enough for you to be able to do that. So these are some of the things that makes 2 years for me, a holding point, that it's good enough. Whether it be 3 months or 6 years, let's just do what works for us. And always make sure that you're happy in everything. You find joy and peace, and then you see that your life is getting better in everything. Relationships are just one of the things that make our lives better. So let it be that and not anything else. And let's just keep working things out. So don't forget to subscribe, and continue to watch our videos, and always remember, it's not over until
That's all.
yeah.